There's a significant disconnect between the mainstream narrative of so-called Native Americans arriving through the Bering Strait during the Ice Age and the existence of artifacts, pyramids, temples, and statues that predate that migration theory. This suggests that there were already advanced civilizations in the Americas long before those migrations from Siberia, and many of these civilizations were likely black or dark-skinned peoples. The Bering Strait migration theory. The widely accepted theory that Native Americans came to the Americas through the Bering Strait during the Ice Age, roughly 15,000 to 20,000 years ago, has been the dominant explanation for the peopling of the Americas. However, this theory doesn't account for the sophisticated civilizations, advanced architecture, and artifacts found in the Americas that clearly predate this migration. It also doesn't explain the presence of dark-skinned peoples who were often portrayed in ancient art, statues, and artifacts across the continent. Artifacts and structures that precede the migration. The existence of pyramids, temples, and other advanced structures, such as those built by the Olmecs, Mayans, and other civilizations, suggests that there were advanced peoples in the Americas long before the Ice Age migrants arrived. These civilizations had developed complex societies, including mathematical and astronomical knowledge, long before the Bering Strait migration is thought to have occurred. Olmec civilization. The Olmecs, known for their colossal heads with distinctly African features, are believed to have predated many of the civilizations in Mesoamerica. Their influence can be seen in the architecture and culture of later groups like the Mayans and Aztecs. Pyramids and temples. The large pyramids and temples found throughout Mexico, Central America, and even the Mississippi Valley show that highly sophisticated civilizations existed in the Americas thousands of years before the arrival of the Ice Age migrants. The precision and alignment of these structures with celestial bodies indicate an advanced understanding of science and spirituality. Dark-skinned peoples in ancient American civilizations. Many depictions of ancient peoples in the Americas, particularly among the Olmecs and Mayans, show individuals with dark skin, braided hair, and African-like features. These depictions, along with the evidence of their complex societies, suggest that black peoples were among the earliest inhabitants of the Americas, predating the later migrations from Siberia. Ancient artifacts. Statues, pottery, and other artifacts from Mesoamerica and beyond often show figures with features similar to those of African peoples, supporting the idea that ancient black civilizations were present in the Americas long before the Ice Age migrations. America as the origin of advanced civilizations. The idea that ancient black civilizations in the Americas could be among the oldest and most advanced challenges the mainstream narrative that places the origins of civilization in Africa or the Middle East. The evidence of advanced architecture, agricultural practices, and spiritual knowledge in the Americas suggests that this land was a cradle of civilization, long before the rise of civilizations in other parts of the world. Pyramids. Across the Americas. Pyramids and large earthworks found in North and South America, such as those built by the mound builders in the Mississippi Valley, further reinforce the idea that ancient Americans were part of a sophisticated, advanced society. These structures are aligned with celestial events and show a deep understanding of the natural world. Re-evaluating the history of the Americas. The mainstream narrative has often minimized the contributions of ancient black and indigenous peoples in the Americas by focusing on the Bering Strait migration and the arrival of Europeans. However, the existence of artifacts, pyramids, and other advanced structures that predate these migrations suggests that the true history of the Americas is much more complex. It's possible that ancient black civilizations in the Americas were displaced or absorbed by later groups, and their contributions have been largely erased or ignored by historians. Conclusion. The presence of artifacts, pyramids, temples, and statues in the Americas that predate the Bering Strait migration challenges the conventional narrative that places the so-called Native Americans who migrated from Siberia as the first people in the Americas. Instead, this evidence supports the idea that ancient Black civilizations were already present and thriving in the Americas long before the arrival of those Ice Age migrants. These civilizations left behind a legacy of advanced knowledge, architecture, and spirituality that still remains in the form of artifacts and structures across the continent. Re-examining this history is crucial to understanding the true origins of the Americas and the significant role that ancient Black peoples played in shaping its early civilizations.